is story of Emma. In the heart of Madrid in 1991, a 15-year-old girl named Emma lived. She was like any other teenager, curious, bright, and full of responsibility. Since her father's death, she has helped her mother raise her 3 younger siblings. She was not just their sister, but almost a second mother to them. One morning, something unusual was happening in the sky. A solar eclipse. Schools had warned children not to look directly at it, but for Emma, the eclipse became a perfect cover for something else, something forbidden. In the school basement, hidden away from the teachers, Emma and 2 of her classmates brought out an Ouija board. The plan was simple. While the rest of the students watched the eclipse, they would try to contact spirits. But Emma's heart had a deeper wish. She wanted to speak to her father, the man she missed every single day. The candles flickered. The wooden planchette moved. And then, everything went wrong. The board suddenly snapped in half. The candles went out, and Emma collapsed, gasping for air. Her friends screamed and ran for help. When she woke, her hands were trembling, her lips whispering words she did not understand. Something had been awakened. That night, strange things started to happen. In the quiet apartment where Emma lived with her mother and siblings, the lights flickered. A shadow stretched unnaturally across the wall, even when no one stood there. The youngest child, barely old enough to understand fear, pointed at the empty hallway and whispered, "There's someone in the dark." At first, Emma tried to ignore it. She thought maybe it was her imagination, maybe stress from school. But then, she began to hear whispers at night. She would wake up to find her bed sheets pulled to the floor. Her body showed scratches she could not explain. And sometimes, when she looked into the mirror, she saw not her own face, but a tall, faceless shadow standing right behind her. Frightened and desperate, Emma went to a nearby convent. There she met a nun, old, blind, and feared by many of the children, who called her Sister Death. The nun listened in silence as Emma explained what had happened with the Ouija board. Then, slowly, the nun said, "Child, you played with forces you cannot control. That eclipse, it opened a door, and something walked through it." Her voice was low and filled with warning. She told Emma that the spirit would not leave easily. It had attached itself to her. Back at home, the haunting grew worse. Doors slammed shut on their own. Plates crashed to the ground. Her siblings cried at night, saying they saw dark figures standing in their room. The once warm and safe apartment now felt like a cage filled with shadows. One night, while caring for her brother, Emma saw him being dragged across the floor by invisible hands. She screamed and pulled him back, but the spirit only laughed in whispers no one else could hear. The fear was no longer hers alone. It had spread to the whole family. On the night everything ended, Emma made a desperate choice. She set up the Ouija board again, hoping to close the door she had opened. Candles lit the room. Her siblings sat huddled together, crying softly, as she begged whatever spirit haunted them to leave. But instead of leaving, the shadows grew stronger. The air turned ice cold. From the corner of the room, the faceless figure appeared, towering, reaching, stretching toward her siblings. Emma screamed, fighting to keep it away. She tried to shield her brother and sisters, but the entity lunged at her. In that moment, she felt her chest tighten and her breath vanished. She fell to the floor. Her siblings ran. They called the police. When the officers arrived, what they saw shook them to the core. Furniture was smashed and overturned. The apartment echoed with strange noises, thuds, whispers, and a chilling cry that did not belong to any of the children. In their official report, the police stated that they witnessed paranormal activity that night, an occurrence seldom documented in government records. And there, in the middle of the chaos, they found Emma. She lay unconscious, her body pale and still. Paramedics tried to revive her, but it was too late. Emma was gone. This story is terrifying because it is not just fiction. It is based on real events. It is based on the real Vallecas case in Madrid, where a girl named Estefania Gutierrez Lazaro died after playing with a Ouija board. Her family reported years of paranormal activity in their home, and police officers officially documented strange, unexplained events. To this day, no one can fully explain what happened in that small apartment in Madrid. But one truth remains. Emma played with the unknown, and the unknown took her.